Hello, everyone. Good morning to another episode of the Daily Dose. It is bright and early here in Australia. It's about 8 o'clock. It's kind of cold, kind of miserable. So, hopefully, wherever you are in the world, it's a little bit sunnier. But we are on some Dynasty Scrolls, and we're going to cover a couple of things today. I'd like to begin the video by prefacing we do a couple of other games on this channel. Albeit not as frequently as this game because this game seems to have more content more often. But we will be doing some idle heroes potentially today, some profit orbs, and maybe even look at some battle knights throughout the weekend. Of course, we do the occasional Dynasty Heroes video, so if you like the cheesier videos, check that out. Let me know what you think. I don't play it as much or as religiously as I used to, but feel free to like, dislike, and troll. But always remember to subscribe because it builds the channel. Anyway, Limited Heroes event has ended, as you can probably see up there on the top right. Oh, actually, maybe I should do this first. Top right. Okay, we'll be back in a sec. It's a reminder. It's a sign. I need to do this. Sometimes I forget. Up here, limited hero event. It's come to an end. I can confirm that I did not participate. Normally, I would do a video yesterday showing that the pools. I really I wasn't as eager to do it this time around, mainly because I don't really want to build any of these heroes past 4 star, so I kind of just want to keep saving up for Lubu. My intention was to do Zhaoshi, which is the fourth legendary for Warlord. However, that wasn't released. And honestly, I can build him without actually spending shards, ironically, while doing pulls. So I'm actually thinking that long-term strategy, like the Chinese server players were indicating, it's wiser to start saving up for Chow Chow and Lu Bu than it is to keep pulling for this. I know a lot of people still want to build their legendaries into 7 stars, so if they're in the whale territory, of course they're going to do that. But as free to play or light spenders, I'm not going to discourage you from doing the event. Most people would have had a chance to get to around 60 pulls. 60 pulls will get you on the board, but unfortunately, you will only get rewards if you reach 10th. Anything below 10th, you don't get it. And of course, the difference between 20th place and 10th place was, I want to say, like pretty significant 340 points, so an extra 340, 350. So it's about 35 extra pulls. So don't feel disappointed. I'm hoping that you all managed to get some form of legendary. He got one. Yeah, nice. It's always cool to look at this. Okay, okay, a couple more. Yeah, all right. So one, two, three, four, five. Sorry, six, seven. Seven people did. Seven people got legendary pulls. It's only a pretty small percentage. Anyway, can confirm that the limited hero badges do roll over to the next event. So I'm just going to keep saving up. My goal would potentially be to probably hit around 500 to 1,000 and then do it by the time Lubu arrives. I do agree with Tom and his assessment that they're probably not going to always release the newest heroes straight away, mainly because I feel like they just want more money. That's reality. It is a business. I can't fault them on that, and I'm not trying to be critical at all. It is disappointing though if you were looking to make that progress. Sadly, it is what it is. But in other terms, it is actually easy and viable for me to be able to build. I want to say I can build Zhaoshi now that we have the limited arms race. We're going to cover that and sort of try to explain a little bit behind the scenes what that means. Um, Now, it can get a little bit confusing because when you jump into the limited arms race, if this is your first time, it's okay. Chill out, just sit back. First thing you need to do is make sure you're in a legion, an active legion. That's for everyone, new players, old players. You all want to be in a very active legion, so try to get into the top 1 to top 3 legion on your server bracket. There's always 1 or 2 by the end of the first month that you'll see dominate, so try to get within their criteria to enter. But basically, it's kind of like you need to do your daily tasks. So you've got your missions here, which coincide with your actual missions that you need to do every day anyway, funnily enough. So it's kind of like this additional bonus. But you get 2 different types of rewards. So your daily login is 5 drums, 588 gold, which we love, some 20 horns, beautiful, love that. And then you've got this long ass list of things that you can actually do. Ranges from expeditions all the way up to the most useless thing in the world, which is conquest. And then, of course, you got behemoths as well. Now, there are limits on how much of this you can do. When you hit the cap, you won't be able to acquire any more, but it is intended for you to be doing this over the next couple of days. So don't feel like you need to rush to complete it. Do it at your own pace, but make sure that you are actively trying to do it. For instance, Warrior Trials, you really do need to reset this day 1 to get it. That's pro tip number 1. If you want a pro tip, you need to do this every day. Especially for arms race. Not that you wouldn't be doing this anyway, but yeah. Let's go quick blitz. Let's hit the X. Let's skip all the way up to 35. As you can see, I'm kind of lagging behind on that one. I was waiting for Zhaoshi to arrive, and I mean, you just stay tuned. Stay tuned. Anyway, as you can see, it's as easy as that. You just need to be doing your daily expeditions, your activities, all that sort of loveliness. Ironically, here, if you go to here, if you go to, I like that it puts me in the bloody map, but it won't let me go to the actual map that I want to go to, which is this map. Good job, Jane. Is there anything here that I need? I feel like I need to do the Warlord because that's come up as well. Oh, it's closed. Are you kidding me? Well, that's annoying. That means we're going to actually have to physically go and attack these, so be prepared. You only get an attempt that's 2 fatigue, and you can attempt it like 5 times, and then you've got to wait for it to refresh. It's probably because the bloody Warlord event's on. What I normally do, and what everybody else normally does, is just blitz it, right? So then you can kind of cheese the arms race expedition. Um, anyway, we needed to finish that. We needed to finish it. It's a good thing. It's fortuitous. We unlocked the level 9. I'll go do this in my own leisure. It takes a little bit of time to do it, but it is what it is, right? So, hopefully that gave you a mini example of my frustrations just then. But from a mission perspective, it's okay. You still want to be doing it to do your daily expeditions and stuff like that. Normally you just blitz it, but being a Sunday, it's kind of limited. Anyway, there's nothing too tricky there. I will show you the cheese way to do one though. You know what? Let's be like holistic here. For those that are curious, you can always do, where is it? I'm just going to find it. Bear with me. Conquest. So Conquest is ultimately an annoying feature within the game. Any way you look at it, it's pretty annoying. Do I want to start a war with these guys? Let's go start a war with these guys. Let's go over here. I'm not going to actually kill anyone, so we should be fine. We should be fine. Where is somebody that is not Ven? There we go. We'll just kill this guy. Let's just suicide against JBR. This is how I do it. I just throw myself at these guys. Then I just refresh my thing here. I'll go back in here. Is there anyone low-key that's around here, though? Nope. So we're just going to go back here. This is the easiest, cheesiest way to do it. Like, legitimately, go find someone you can't beat and then just go attack them. The game method is just... Yeah. Anyway, We don't mind, do we? This is quite literally the quickest way to max out your actual well, I mean, I'm not going to do another one. I'll wait. I'll wait. I don't want to waste actual gold or resources on doing any of this because that's kind of useless. But you need to do this potentially for some weapons and limited hero charms anyway, so it kind of makes sense. Every day, just go in there, cheese against the highest guy, refresh, go back to your faith, go back in there, cheese against them, and you're going to get some drums. So why not, right? Um, but how do you actually participate in it? So, as your legion does their contributions of the drums, the horns, and of course the golden flags, which is a daily package that you can purchase, um, you then get an opportunity to get some additional rewards. So those rewards are actually pretty decent. So the first one that you get, well, level two is kind of where you begin. I feel like everyone's on level one. So level two, you get some gold, you get some silver and bronze merit. Level three is where it starts to get a little bit juicier, which I feel like most of the population can reach. Um, you get some gold merit, and gold merit, as you can probably see, carries over until the next event. So I'd like to answer that question. I did get one in the comment section, which I attempted to answer. It was a bit early. I was like, I think that's the right answer. But basically, you can't save your horns and your drums until the next event. What you need to do is just contribute your horns. And when you contribute, you get the corresponding rewards. So your horns are going to give you one bronze merit. Your drums are going to give you two troops and one silver. And your gold flags are going to give you three troops and one gold merit. Now, the troops are just the total down here. So we need to get to 4,000 in order to rank up again. And then when you rank up, obviously you can see the corresponding rewards, which is gold, etc., etc. Most legions that have active players will hit around fifth, so you'll get a title, and you'll get some stuff like that. Very rarely do I see them hit seventh. I don't think we've ever hit them seventh, like maxed it out. And I feel like that's the kind of the limitator on the game. If you could save your drums and your gold flags up, you would then be able to, rotate each month and be able to get a guaranteed seventh place. I feel like they probably don't want you to do that. Like, I'm just gonna be real with you. That's not their intention. So of course the resources reset. Very similar to the limited event. The limited event being the festival event, not the limited hero event. Shouldn't say limited then. It's the festival event. Although technically it is limited because it's just a pay to win event, but I digress. Those resources you need to spend as well. They have an expiration date in your bag and it'll give you a little notification saying they're about to expire. So, why do we like arms race? Now, in terms of like, I want to say value for money, probably not very valuable for the whales. The amount of money you would need to spend to get and maintain your top one position really doesn't correlate into legitimate rewards. Not gonna lie, it's just the truth. So ranking rewards, um, I mean, if you can get away with it and not have to spend a great deal, and you manage to snag a top three finish, good job. Like, legitimately good job. How are they determined? Well, it's determined by how much resources you contribute. So I feel like everybody is on the even playing field until you start buying the gold flags, and then that kind of goes all the way up and down. But if you are legitimately doing your daily missions every day and you max out the maximum amount of resources you can get, you buy your additional 50 flags, you're in a good position to at least end up on the ranking board for free. It's when you start to spend a little bit more money, that's when you start to get some additional juicy rewards. Now, I noticed that this is a new thing, which is a merit feather pack or a chest. Generally speaking, they don't, you know, they'd never really had this before. And the reason why I feel like they've included the 150 merit badges was because some people just don't need the frost sword feathers. Um, I personally do though. So my goal for this event is to reach within the top five. Um, I need those feathers to update my feathers. It'd be really nice to be able to get to here, but realistically, I only need that feather. So I'm good. I'm within contention within the top five to get that feather. So that's my goal. As I said before, you can only get that by contributing. I've only contributed 44. You need to reach rank 500 and above to be ranked in total. So that means you can guaranteed get within 500 ranks by completing all of your missions. And you, of course, can go to your shop, go to your gold selection, and you need to be buying this. This is why you need to have this 5k reserve. It's going to cost you 5,000 gold to buy 50 of these insignias or ensigns, which are flags. And it also tells you expires on the such a Dutch date. So I believe it's the 4th of the 3rd. So it does tell you that they expire. And I like that because it didn't tell you that before. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to buy this. We're going to get 50 of these bad boys. And what that means is 50 of these bad boys is going to get me 150 points. Yep. So we went up to 194 troops contributed. And now we're just going to chill throughout the day and the next couple of days. And we're going to see whether or not we can get ourselves on the ranking board. I would strongly recommend waiting for God's blessing to trigger before you decide to buy any of those packs. The single daily gold pack is not terrible value, but they kind of depreciate in value as they increase in expense. So wait for Little God's Blessing to arrive. You probably are going to get some pretty cool deals. Sometimes they may give you just the overall limited hero shards, which is kind of interesting, being an arms race. Other times they may just give you the additional flags, the gold flags, which is pretty sweet because like I say in most videos, I don't encourage you to spend, but if you do, do it for the best of your ability, which means maximizing your profit and return. Um, Basically, I wouldn't chase first. That's where I'm going to lead with this because it can be very, very expensive. Kind of, float around in the top five, even the top 10 if you're a free to play player. I mean, it is potentially possible to get within the top 10. You're definitely going to have to do all your missions though to get in the top 10. Like, I'm just going to be real with you. But you're going to get some flags and you're going to get some other stuff for gold. So it's not a big stretch. But why would you even want to do any of this is probably the question that anyone's asking. Like, shut up and tell me why I even want to do it. Um, Looks like they've upgraded the shop. It looks like they've included some things here, so that's pretty cool. So the real reason that you do this is to get some gold merit. Let's be honest, gold merit is where it's at. You can continue to save up to buy a legendary avatar, which is not a bad decision by any means. Personally, I feel like they're gonna probably release Lubu or Chow Chow in here as well. So it'd kind of be cool to have 1,000 saved up for when that eventually gets released. Hmm, Interesting. So they do have all the newest ones, which I like to see. So they've got the third legendaries release, which means they're going to have Zhaoshi next time. Of course, you can buy some skins for your characters as well. They do some added effects and they change up what they look like. I don't think they actually change up what their moves look like, but they do change up what they look like. Um, and of course, you get some additional stats, which is all HP, attack, and defense by 5%. Not bad. I'm a dirty skin collector, so I love the fact that these guys look so cool. I do actually want to buy them. You don't understand how tempting I am just to spend purely for this. But what does Simi E look like? Does he get a skin? He doesn't get a skin. No. It looks like it's only the first two legendaries that are released that get skins. Where's Dao Chan skin? Damn, she looks pretty good. I like that Ice Queen. Very, very nice. Anyway, I've I've diverted my attention again. It appears this is the newest one that's come out. These seem to be the legendary charms. I personally have no idea what the hell these things do, so I'm not an expert. I feel like most players just equip them and just go with it, whatever they unlock from the side quests. I do believe there's a really strong one, which is this one, Moonlight Dance with Dao Chan and Little Q. I hear this is quite powerful. Let's just read what it does first. Ignores hero defense to four enemies with the highest rage, 35 chance to silence them for 2 rounds. Silence is pretty good. Deals an additional damage to targets with three or more rage. Alright, so okay, it's cool. Increase all your heroes' damage reduction by 20%. So it's kind of like a support charm. Definitely a support charm. Well, I think that's interesting with the silence chance. That's not bad. And you can rank these up pretty I want to say you can rank them up, but then I realize you need legendary shards, so it might not be too easy. But I think this is what everyone's talking about, Moonlight Dance. I don't think it's the Vanquisher Charm because that's Ma Chao and Dan Wei. This one seems like it's going to be Wu's Charm. Um, Reduces HP. Does it mention anything about burning? Reduce all enemies' damage by 20%. So it's like a debuff. Deal additional damage to targets with more than 50% HP. Okay, interesting. Um, this is cool. Reduces chance to reduce targets rage by 2. Reduces all enemies damage reduction. Kind of, we're developing a trend here of damage reduction by 20%. And then you deal more combo damage with heroes with less than 50%. So it's kind of like a finisher move. It also does hero defense all. Okay, by 35%. Interesting. I mean, I technically would be getting this one because I play Warlord Nation, but I, of course, don't have Gao Jia. Anyway, that's kind of what's new. That looks pretty cool. Legendary weapons chest. I probably would skip out on this, even though it does have the Serpent Halberd. There will be a rebate event eventually that allows you to. It's like a mini event, if you don't know what I'm talking about, where you just roll for some currency and they'll give you like 50 or 60 shards, or 40 shards, depending on what it is. I think it's about. I think we get about 60 last time of this one, which is pretty cool. So they do those frequently, so I'm not going to spend on that. Legendary hero shards, however, that's where it kind of gets a little bit, you know what I mean? Because of course, old mate Zhaoshi's in there, which means that we're gonna have the newest guy, Sunshi. I love Sunshi on my Wu Nation on Dynasty Heroes. Who else do we have? Let's check it out. We've got Zhu Liang. I wonder if you stun like you're supposed to. Nope, you don't. You just steal rage. That's okay. And last but not least is Zhan Yu. Is he the twin of the other guy? Anyway. And he's got Wolf Devourer. Nice, he bleeds the targets. Okay. So these guys are out and about. So you all know what that means. For those that have stuck around on the video so far, well, it's going to cost you 10 merit badges to get 5 shards. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 100 merit badges to get 50 of these bad boys. 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. It's going to cost me 140 merit badges to get 70 shards. Because we all know the hour. It's the hour of power, ladies and gentlemen. It's a moment of truth. Did our math actually work out to be right? Here we go. 120 on the dot. Zhaoshi has arrived. So there we go. We managed to get our 4th legendary after all. It took us a while. But I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy in the end that we managed to get this guy. So we're going to change this guy out for Zhaoshi. How much did our power drop down? Let's see. Ooh, okay. We dropped down quite a lot, which is understandable. So, but now here's the interesting thing. Because we have an extra slot, we're going to throw old mate UG in there, which should technically boost our power above what we originally started with. So then that should go a little bit there. And I don't know if that actually boosts it all the way up. That's okay. Feel like we're lacking like 10 million at the moment. But just remember, we're only a level 1. I'm not going to bore you with me upgrading this guy. I guess I can show you. Let's just hold this down. Quick level up. Keep going, man. You got this. I think I do have enough to get him to level 80. Um, Hopefully it's not too loud tapping. And then I got to go through the arduous experience of leveling up his bloody talents to level 8. But that's okay. We are definitely not doing that on screen. It'll take 40 minutes. I might not even have enough stamina pills to do it. Not going to lie. Can we get him to 80 though? We did have quite a lot of these things saved up. I was preparing for it. Ooh, yes. So close to not being able to get him. We got him to 81. Alright. So we maxed this guy out. I'm curious to see what his affinity is. Let's have a look to see what he does. So he does back row damage, ignores defense, increases your hero's evasion. So he kind of works with this guy, right? Zhujiang, because this guy does hero evasion as well. Yeah, increases all heroes' evasion by 20%. Ooh, very nice. So we're going to be dodging like a freaking fiend. Hopefully you've got some accuracy if you want to attack us. He transforms targets into wild boars. Now, I watched this on the demo. I was a bit like, wow. So he basically nullifies their effects to do their active and daily and forces them to do like 50% physical damage. Oh, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Let's demonstrate what he does here. So he turns them into boars. Yeah, and then they can only do like a physical attack damage. They can't do their active or dailies on you. That's pretty cool. What else does he do? Wild boar skills 100% physical damage to column of all damage. So yeah, in all retrospect, I'd say it's a bit of a debuff for one round. Hmm. Eddie adds evasion. Nice. I wonder how high he can get with his chance to proc. So 50% chance to trigger transformation at 4. 80% chance at 7. Ooh, he gets interesting at 7. He basically just nerfs the back line if you've got enough energy on him. So if he goes round 1, he nerfs your entire back line. Ooh, that's sexy. Anyway, there you go. We finally got there. We did drop a little bit of power, but of course I need to go do all my talents and check out other things. What's his natural? His accuracy is naturally 8%. Well, not because I've got the totems on him actually. He's got 16% evasion, which is interesting. There's some built-in damage reduction and increase, I think. Now, what was I thinking? I wanted to see his affinity. Yeah, sexy Lubu. Don't worry, buddy. We're going to get you soon. Okay, so he definitely needs the Vermilion set. All right, so we lucked out. We had the Vermilion set already ready to go for him. But yep. Anyway, my advice. I will be back to explain what I'm going to spend the rest of my silver and bronze merits on later on. So stay tuned for that. That should be like day 2 or day 3 before it ends. But yes, hopefully that's answered some of the questions. I will be doing, as I said, looking for a server to start out on. So please recommend which one you'd like me to start as a free-to-play account. And then we'll go through some of the very popular questions that we're getting in the comment section. Don't be afraid to ask if you are confused or you just want to know or want to clarify something. I do realize that sometimes the events that are on this gameplay isn't on what you're on, so don't be afraid. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good day.